And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta as Humanity First. We are now in the Jupiter system. So the decision I have to make at this point. You're still repairing. You'll be back in December. That'll bring us up to 8 ships. In 800. Foxtrot 834, on the other hand, do they want to wait for the arrival of more aliens? Or do they want to attack? The next batch is 600 days out. If everything goes according to plan, we'll be done and waiting at the shipyard in 600 days. So let's attack. Let's not wait 600 days for them to arrive. That's too slow. Too slow, so sad. The aliens are about to receive our fleet to their face. We gotta go a little bit slower than that. I'd like to save some fuel. Return trip. And honestly, I don't need to be there in 1.6 days. We'll just straight up use the minimum right here. 4 days is fast enough. It took us weeks to get out to Jupiter. We can spend 4 days flying around the system. I'm thinking about, let's spend some of our influence and money. Work on trying to improve that climate change we were talking about at the end of the last one.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Breakthrough, and it didn't move at 17 might be as good as we're gonna get. We'll call that good.
Offering assistance.
There's our fleet arriving. We'll manually fight this battle. I'm pretty sure the lasers will be able to waltz over the defensive emplacement. Looks like the alien battle stations no longer have plasma on them anymore. Older versions they did, and they definitely hurt a lot more when they had plasma. Scratch one position. Oh, I have them on focus fire, so I'm gonna have to manually launch the attacks. Okay. Here we go. Enemy defenses dealt with. We can destroy the base, do the ground bombardment. High-level bombardment on the only base in the area. And there we go. So now we're gonna have them transit to the servant base. Again, we can take our time. We'll take a week. 4.4 Delta V is fine for a week travel. Oh, and I probably, if I can, I want that site that we just shot them off of. Ganymede. Ganymede had one site with 25 nobles on it. I think we will be taking that site. Found a settlement. on the site we just blew up. Yeah. Fusion pile. Outpost mining. PDA. And a hydroponics bay? Yeah. Yeah, if we're really desperate for some more, we can get some more on some of the other sites. But the other sites aren't quite as strong. Just that one was particularly good. I suppose that's a reasonably good Visile site. Yeah, well, that's reasonable. No, take the servant locations as well. They have arrived. Apparently been a week in game already. High level bombardment. It's a tiny little servant base, so it's not going to resist for very long. I'm not going to backfill that spot yet. Not worried about it. Let's go hit the other one. Again, might as well take our sweet time. Save some fuel. Yeah, we'll take a 2-week trip over there. But there's plenty of fuel that we can speed fly back to the shipyard for refueling and
public opinion is moving in our direction.
The people will come to our side. Mission complete.
Unification. Confirm. Okay, so we gotta wait for the core to upgrade before I can upgrade the mines. Anyway, so we get to bask in all the yield from that mines. Oh, nice. We went from like 15 a day to 30 a day. These are tier 1 mines. We're gonna get twice as much when we get them tier 3. It's gonna be so great. So good. I'm gonna have all the nobles I want. We'll be getting the shipyards humming. Oh, that's the tier 3 module. Okay. So we're gonna want an agriculture complex. We're gonna want a battle station. I am gonna splurge. I'm gonna take a command center here. Probably don't need that. Fusion reactor farm to power it all. We'll go 2. And then a manufacturing complex to get it built quickly. And then at that point, we're probably looking to try to actually get the space works in. So 1, 2. Fusion reactor farm. 3, 4. Fusion reactor farm. I do want 5, but we actually have a space dock here. So the moment the shipyard, the space works come online, we'll begin the process of upgrading the space dock. And yeah, so this is one of those things where as things build, everything should start building faster. So right now we have a construction module, which is accelerating the construction of everything. When that is got the nanofactory done, that's a bigger construction speed modifier. So construction module at that point will be surplus to requirements and can be placed. At that point, we should also already have the layered defense array up, so we can then get rid of the PDA and the fusion pile and start upgrading the space dock. It's probably still too early for the space dock to be upgraded because we don't have the shipyards, but it won't be long. This place will be doing glorious shipyard duties. Okay. So, because I screwed up that transition on the last one, we didn't have a fleet to respond to that. So the aliens managed to to deliver their counselor, basically. And I suppose we're done at that bombardment order. It wasn't that long. Not take that long at all. Yep, so we have purged pro-alien forces from Jupiter. Time to return to buff out the scratches of the paint job before contemplating what we're going to do next. I think it is receive the arriving enemy, and then we go on the attack. Actually, you have enough espionage. You can probably just purge it yourself.
We're taking power.
Standing by. We'll see what we can find.
Okay. You're saving it for something that cost 80. That's why we're still waiting there. It'll be much longer now. You're saving it for something that cost 320. Yeah. And then research-wise, we are waiting for the inertial confinement fusion reactor, which is September of 2062. Again, I think this is going to save us lots and lots and lots of nobles once we get it, because of the fuel efficiency, or the power modifier. I think it goes from 99 to 99.9. So that means we need 1/10 the radiators for dissipating the heat. That's a lot of noble difference on these ships. That is not a small amount of nobles. Okay, so that's the core upgrade. So, we want the core upgrade again. We want the farm to upgrade. We want the fusion reactor upgrade. We want the LD-80 upgrade. We want the mine to upgrade. This location is actually fairly safe, because it's underneath the shipyard with all the ships. So I don't mind basically doing that to everything there. So let's pop back in. Let's save the template. Pop out. We want to apply that template. There's Kilimanjaro. And then all those locations. Why did... For some reason it didn't do it there. Maybe I have the stuff that are around. Either way. Do the upgrade. There it is. Struggled in. Fine to go. Sadly, that takes our noble production offline while it's upgrading.
I will help them.
But we're gambling on double future for none now, basically. That's the one in Ganymede. We gotta upgrade the core there. Ganymede's a little bit more complicated because we also need to protect it. It's farther away from the shipyard. Please transfer, beginning repairs. '30th of December, so not too far off, actually. Then we'll be back up to 8 ships.
Public sentiment is increasing.
And once we have the
with
shipyard
us.
done, we can very reasonably crank out the 2 missing ships in the fleet. Get back to full
We're winning their hearts
authorized
and
sort of
minds.
baseline strength.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Okay, so the PDA is now surplus to requirements. Well, I'm not sure what I would want to replace the PDA with. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to replace the PDA with yet. Let's couch it in that phrasing. Yet. Debris! Okay, so that's reducing that cohesion reduction from hostile claims from, I think we were at 1.6 to 1 now. Still 2 more to go.
Recon complete.
We are in control now.
Got our point back in Afghanistan.
Standing by. We're taking power.
What's the up? Targeting the opposition.
Where to? We'll restore peace to this nation.
Your orders? We are taking power.
We got
I'm here.
corporations, oligarchs,
Voting in.
and security apparatus. They're all gonna.
Where
I
to?
think this is gonna plan to get purged to give us 3 out of 4 places in Pakistan in 1 counselor cycle. And then we're going for the executive. 12th of April. Coming up. Okay, nothing to do there. We're just gonna have to benefit from having the nobles, which is fine. While we're waiting for the core to upgrade.
Lending my expertise.
Okay, the counselors will now live 6 months longer on average. Go space again for more mines without penalty.
Order is returning.
Okay, Onstania region, longer hostile to European control. Although, again, it was a lot of regions for Europe, so we still got 0.43 to go from hostile regions, which isn't very much, but that just means we've... The size of the hostile claims are pretty small. Odessa, so there's 1, Kharkiv, 2, Nunkus, 3, Vladivostok, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to go. Yeah.
The people will come to our side.
Okay, that's the core Ganymede being done. So obviously we want to upgrade the core. I want to upgrade the mine. I want to upgrade the hydroponics. I want that PDA to be functional, so the way we work around that is we're going to build a brand new fusion reactor array. A brand new LDA. So there's no gap in service. Technically some of this wouldn't power up, because I think technically the farm will finish early. Yeah, the farm will finish finish a month before the LDA does. And thus not work for that month. That's fine. Honestly, these are both happening at the same time. So this will be tier 3, so we'll just be upgrading the farm to tier 3, while it won't be able to work otherwise. So, fine. Perfectly fine. No problems. And then when we get to tier 3, we'll do the same. We'll drop another fusion. We'll drop the max tier fusion and the battle station.
Our associates are now in charge.
Okay, taking control of the first spot in Pakistan. Some reason the game is minorly lagging here. Not a super big concern. It probably means some of the AI is thinking about stuff.
Our associates are now in
There's the next one.
charge.
Another critical success. Good to see.
We are in control now.
There we go. 3 of 3. So that Foxtrot 800 gain its surviving fleet members back. It itself will be done repairing in a day, apparently. Yeah. And then we're waiting for you, 7th of January. Okay. Okay, the cores are complete. Let's get upgrades queued. So, I want you to upgrade, I want you to upgrade, you to upgrade, which means we are power positive, at least for what we have queued up here. I think we might actually be short for the mine when it upgrades to tier 3. Probably want to fill the empty spots just to save, and make use of them, let's say, with quarters. So we'll put another fusion reactor in to power everything else. And then we'll come in here and we'll save the template. We'll come out here, use the selector tool. Yep, so all but one of them conveniently set to upgrade, because we've got these two around the other way and this one. Fine. There we go.
At your service.
Okay, so one of you needs to go purge the last bit.
Removing our enemies.
Your orders? Targeting their center of power.
Ready for orders.
Put you back in devising
Lending my
Caliphite
expertise.
to get it stabilizing faster. I've got a decent chunk of influence stacked up, so let's spend that doing environment. Here we go, the pollution dropping faster and faster. Below 1 billion tons coming off of China is a good start. Getting close to his science cap. Take security at least up to 20, not 25, before we do affluent. Don't need the money that badly. Although as our bases grow bigger, we'll be needing more money. As the bases and fleets grow bigger, we'll need more money.
Offering counsel.
Offering assistance.
I'm going to drop half the welfare. Actually, I'm going to drop 2/3 of the welfare, because we're actually minned on the welfare here. So we just need enough welfare to offset the economy, which is usually about 2 to 1, or 3 to 1. Right, so this is raising inequality by 0.0003. This is 0.001. Might actually even be 5, not 6 to 1. Oh, sure. I'll assume it's actually 6 to 1. We'll do one take of welfare just so the inequality doesn't go up as we do economy. That allows us to reject more to environment, government, unity, you know, this stuff. And you're repaired. Okay, so we'll leave the 8 ships here because this is where their reinforcements are going to come. Oh, I see what happened. The aliens actually blew one of them. Fair enough. 8 out of 9 is good enough for the moment. We'll wait until we get the nanofab up and do that one straight to tier 3. Whoops, I just went up immediately. It'll be up there and back quickly enough. Okay. So what we really want to see with Foxtrot 831 is we know there is an intended arrival. We would like you to probably actually jump 1304 on its arrival. So yes, right now this is basically planning, hey, it arrives and we arrive at them arriving 43 minutes after they arrive. Basically costs no delta V because we're not really going anywhere. In gravitational terms. We're just a slightly different spot in the orbit. Yeah, we're basically not going anywhere. Right, we're spending And yeah, they're taking a really long time to get here, right? This is a weird situation where we can't intercept them until they arrive, sort of thing, is what's going on. So we're launching in January 2061. So we're basically launching now. And gonna spend all of 81.29 weeks to fly to where we're meeting them, which is where we are, basically. So it basically requires almost no fuel, because we're basically just tapping the engines and coasting to where they're going to be. So yeah, that's what's going to happen there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll do that order. It'll tie those guys up for a real long time, but hopefully the plan is we'll get the 2 missing ships for this replaced, and we'll send this out to Saturn. Because that should take less than 580-something days. Not much less than 580-something days.
Things are stabilizing.
We've moved the needle.
We have neutralized their key people.
Okay, that's the mines. And of course, we want the mine to be upgraded in the power plants here anyway. So we upgrade the mine. Check. And then we have 341 power left at that point. I'm just focused on the mine for the moment. In theory, we command command centers as well to get more mission control. Or we could do the quarters for just using the space. Right, this doesn't look very powerful until you realize you're getting 3 money and 2 influence for if you have a farm, for basically nothing. Because the farm will eat the crew costs. It has no money crew cost. It's 0.1 water and 0.1 volatiles to give you 3 money. Water on Earth is worth 1, volatiles is worth 5, so it's 0.6 to get you 3. Like, good ratio. Really small building, right? You need a lot of these to really benefit from that ratio, but it's a nice ratio.
We are in control now.
We're in full control of Pakistan. No, before we let too much time pass. Manage relations, become friends with all the other people. Okay, so it looks like Myanmar is back under the control of the servants. Wouldn't be surprised if it flips back to the aliens at some point. So they just rival China. So we'll have to watch who they become friends with. We might invade them if they've only got China, or only got like Panama and Argentina on side.
Ready for my mission.
Okay, unification with Afghanistan is an option, so one of you is going to get assigned.
Time to make our move.
Go to unification. Anyway, we're mostly stacking the hostile clan removal. At this point, it's weak enough we could probably slow the roll down a little bit. And it's definitely getting a little bit more tempting to slow the unity roll so that we sit closer to 5. It hits 6, I'll probably start trying to do the unity. Still probably a little early to be adding to China, but Mongolia sits there. Easy to grab. Easy to grab.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready. Removing our enemies.
Yeah, we might start expanding China. Now that the Caliphate is, well, once they merge these two and are sort of the native range of the Caliphate without moving into resistance territory, which we'd like to keep the resistance territory controlling the resistance, so the resistance is strong and able to deal with the minutia of having to hunt the alien nation on Earth. As far as the objectives, no alienation. Pro-alien factions control less or 12% of the planet, which is less than 20%. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, asteroid belts, and Jupiter are cleared. Saturn is the next target when we get the fleet repaired. So we got our plans. But now we just need to see if those plans will survive contact with the aliens.
Lending my expertise.
Offering support.
More stuff building, although that looks like it's power plants.
Things are cooling off.
Yeah, it's the fusion power plants at Vesta. Okay, so here we're waiting. Well, actually, no, we already decided we can just upgrade the farm. Right, so we upgrade the farm. That solves that problem. We're going to want a new fusion reactor and a new battle station. And then we can start overwriting stuff once the tier 1, or once the tier 2 stuff is done, we can start overwriting stuff. Or disassembling, one of the two. And yeah, here we'll need another power plant for the settlement mining complex to be tier 3, but is what it will be. Anyway, when all that comes online, we'll be so happy for all the nobles. Get my shipyard shipyarding. Them producing ships out the wazoo. Coup in Afghanistan. Okay, lots of setback. I apparently wasn't paying attention to... Oh, no, that was a coup, not a revolution. But yeah, that's a setback. We were getting close to pushing it into the Caliphate.
Policy direction complete.
Yeah, we were getting close to pushing it into the Caliphate. This was the become part of the Caliphate. As I'm holding my head in my hand. Okay, so Soletta is done. Yeah, let's start working through the genealogy text in that slot. Regime change in Thailand. Cool. Polar vortex, do something to mitigate that, please.
Our enemies are still in control.
Oh, we failed. 11%. Okay, when I was doing it initially, we were getting estimates of like 10. So something changed in Mongolia.
Terminating the opposition.
Ready to go. I will try to sway the public.
What's the op?
Okay. Get the civilian fusion reactor soon. That'll be somewhat useful. You're waiting for 80. You're almost there. Let's confirm assignments. Let time pass. Have you work on military stuff, so we'll get those Spartans if we actually ever decide to do assault missions again.
I will help them.
I will help them.
And I mean, we do want that upgraded, so you get upgraded. Oh, and apparently we will be power positive because of how I've been building. Okay, that works. How far are we off of the...
Things are stabilizing.
Why is that one... Did I not do the copy paste right? Roll tier 2... Okay, so either I didn't copy paste one right... I didn't copy paste it right. Okay. Save. Kilimanjaro. 13th of March. Tick, tick, tick. There we go. So now we've got them all queued up. So most of them will be done 20th of August. Kilimanjaro, which was the one I thought I was copy and pasting, is done 30th of June. Okay.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Yeah, other than nobles, I think we're doing really good. We're on the offensive. It's just the noble cost to get the radiators, and I think the engines take quite a bit of nobles as well. Yeah, sort of indirect they're causing the radiator cost, right?
We are in control here.
Okay, got a point back in Afghanistan. Then we got to take the now non-aligned executive, and we can start the process over again. See if we make it to the end this time.
At your service. Establishing control.
environment assignments and continue to advance. Battle stations up on the shipyard station. So with that done, that means we're no longer need the PDA or the LDA. Let's overwrite. Well, frankly, both of them. So the LDA, I'm going to replace with the PDA, I'm going to replace with a fusion reactor. The LDA, we're going to overwrite with a Spaceworks. In theory, we have enough power to power everything, so that's fine. Space stock, we want to keep there until we get one of the Spaceworks online so that things can refuel. Construction module is still doing a purpose. It's still needed to keep the get the nanofactory faster. 1st of May. So soon we'll have the nanofactory done and the construction sector comes surplus to requirements. Oh, and the farm. Yeah, we got lots of things up here that are currently surplus to requirements. Although apparently I think we're going to need 2 agri-complexes. Yeah, we're going to need 2 to feed everyone. So, we may actually want to upgrade that farm as well. I suppose if we're upgrading that farm, we might as well upgrade it now. We still have enough power, so that's fine. But yeah, that can be overwritten later, that can be overwritten later, that can be overwritten later. That one is... I don't know that one. Where's the nanofab? When that one is done, that one can be overridden. This point it might be just being overridden with quarters. Yeah, probably overridden with quarters. I think I only need 5 Spaceworks up here, realistically. I need more than 5 ships under construction in a given gravity well at a given time. We're in the situation where you need like multiple space stations to make it work. Because you're probably thinking like, oh, I want to build like 10, 20 something ships.
Offering support.
Offering counsel.
Sabotage. And still done in April. To be fair, this is such an expensive tech, the sabotage doesn't do very much. At least you can only be sabotaged once per person of the nation. Or other faction, so... should be probably the one time that we're going to get sabotaged. Although, once per faction per tech...
Order is returning.
So I'm actually surprised we haven't been sabotaged more.
To our side.
Although, the person probably was trying it multiple
Public
times.
opinion is moving in our direction.
Not that the misdirection is really helping at this point. At this point, we're close enough to the end of the tech tree. I'm just researching things because they're there to
We are
research.
taking over.
Okay, there's the nano factory complete, so that will accelerate the construction of the nano fab. Also, the battle station's down below. So, assuming there's power for those, the whole place should be reasonably defended. Nano factory is now estimated to be done on the 18th of August. To 5, that's good. And to 500,000 tons. Okay. 42 days, not this cycle. In fact, that won't even be next cycle. Although we might, are we in the range where we can start cracking down in here? Possibly.
Turning up the heat.
Standing by for orders. Targeting the opposition.
Honestly, probably putting way too much effort to get into
Ready for
Mongolia.
orders.
Mongolia's probably not worth that much influence. One more to go and you'll have 80 for your trait.
Offering assistance.
Offering support.
There's the Spartans done. Oh, I'm also not getting the higher tier missile showing up because we haven't done solid core. One of the core drives we haven't done. That's making certain missiles not show up. Another region done for European Union. Make them more stable. Although at this point, the regions we're talking about are
Violence
tiny.
is abating.
So each one individually is not making much up.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
The control is vulnerable now.
Successful crackdown. Arrived at low Earth orbit. Again, we still got that screwed up transition or transit on these guys. They'll get there eventually. And there we go. We didn't have anyone to respond to that, so that's a shame because of the orbit screw up. Are you gonna let me go help you? Who's the biggest offer? Well, I don't think... Are those all the Chinese navies with all those armies have navies? Yes, okay. Can you offer to Uruguay to come help them? Yes. Can you offer Uruguay to come help them? Yes. Okay, well that's all the notable armies. So now I just need to get them sent. Oh, you don't have a navy. Go back behind his uniform then. You don't have a navy. Oh no, you do have a navy. Then you get over there. Get the Caliphate army. Get the Caliphate army. 3, 4. Oh, that's Chinese one. All the Chinese ones have navies. We're gonna send all the Chinese ones over. Here, if everything's going according to plan, these guys are going to be a little bit late, so we're going to be fighting full strength guys, but I think we have to get there within 30 days to catch them unloading. But we're going to land there. We're going to get there before they, what's the best way to describe it? Before they can take over Uruguay. Meaning we'll have to fight them at basically full strength, three or so of them at full strength, but with, you know, 5 EU armies and 11 Chinese armies. Oh, you're at sea and wasn't able to send you? Fair enough. And then let's go on. Wait, so that guy missed one. There we go. Yeah, there's one at sea that I can't send orders to because it's at sea. But yeah, the rest of them are good. So we have 15 armies showing up to fight 3. I think the 15 will win. You hope the 15 would win. Spaceworks are done. 4 spaceworks. There we go. Okay. Time to get some ships under construction. So actually, what are our missing ships in that fleet? We lost 2 of the Infernals. Infernal 4 build at IO. In 193 days, that fleet will be back up to strength. And we'll begin, begin attacking once again. Targeting Olympus Station. Earth. Okay, so because we got the fleet tied up at Earth, we've got a problem. That's 24 ships. The 15 here might be enough. Although this is the slow 15. So, no, we're just going to leave them here at the shipyard to keep the shipyard intact. They're presumably going to Olympus because I think they can take Olympus. And maybe not Foxtrot 751. Okay, so now they're coming for Foxtrot 751. So we'll find out if 751 is enough. Or if we'll use the Earth Station. This is looking like Pyrrhic victory for the aliens. Oh, no, I think it's saying that the 40 mils are doing well. Which is not how they perform, really, but okay. because these monitors have a fallback 40mm autocannon, so if you can do enough damage with the missiles in the auto-resolve will clean it up with 40 mils, which is what it's doing.
We're in control here.
Got our first point in Mongolia. Odessa region no longer considered hostile to European control. Good to know. Got your 80. Project administrator. Done. That takes you up to your admin cap. Oh, that's not your admin cap. I thought that was your admin cap. Either way, we've got your product administrator. We'll give you some more admin at some point. Okay. Suppose that means you now have another slot. Probably wants to be that mining org, because I think we can give you another admin. Yeah, if we give you another admin, we give you the mining thing. Oh, no. It is actually kept to 24. So no, I can't give you the mining org. Let's take something else off. Which we don't need to determine right now.
Where do you need me?
Okay. Brute force purge.
We are taking power.
Where to?
Force purge the executive.
We're taking power.
Farm assignments, let time pass.
Lending my expertise.
Lending my expertise.
Repaired and resupplied. Good to see. Our guys are about to arrive. My understanding is I think they will arrive after the aliens unload from the ship. But I may be wrong. We may be arriving just before.
Things are stabilizing.
I didn't track the exact arrival
We're
time for each
winning
one
their
of these
hearts
then.
and minds.
Armies do bonus damage against alien armies right on time. Well, that wasn't planned. That was entirely not planned. No, we landed before they got off the ship. Well, they're gonna have a rude awakening. Rude and disporting. Alien army detected on Earth. They've detected the core and alien army soldiers and war machines. Montevideo region, emerging from a UFO that recently landed there. Three half-strength alien armies into the face of 11 human armies. I think they're going to lose. Make that 13. And growing. It's going to get up to 15.
Our associates are now in charge.
Associates are now in charge. Nope, we lost the first point. That's a shame.
Our people have taken control.
Taking the executive. Alien Invader Army Zulu 4 has been destroyed. Shortly be followed by 5 and 6, presumably. The mine... well, the first mine on Io is now done. Come 20th of August, 7 more will be done.
Removing our enemies.
Ready to go.
Okay. This is where I should put it to a close. We did see the aliens off. Well, we're basically seeing the aliens off here. They're not going to succeed in this landing. 5% and 16%. They will be handled by the local garrison, or by the deployed troops at this point. EU is coming along reasonably stabilized at this point. We got a few more to go, but 0.32 is at the point where we could probably start slowing the roll down on trying to improve cohesion. The hostile claim cohesion modifier. This is at 1. We still want to improve it a little bit more, although they only got 2 more regions, so it's not too bad. They're just big regions, comparatively speaking. Here is actually too stable, but we're trying to fix the environment here before we do too much GDP growth. 5.8. Coming along pretty nicely. And then we're trying to do the same in Africa. Africa's a little bit less of a priority than China. Partially because also as we start to expand to Africa, Africa actually has more Africa to get, right? There's another 300, almost 400 billion people there, or million people, not billion people. Another 500,000 people there. Yeah, the 2 big coalitions that we're missing here is about another million, or another billion people at that point. Yeah, so African Union is going to more than double its size. So getting the sustainability high there is not as valuable, but to really be stable for adding more to it, I need to fix its GDP, and the best way to do that is to get climate change to come to a stop. At least to getting worse. Once we do that, we can... That's the reason why we want to improve, why we're improving in China, and want to improve in the Caliphate. Although, again, we want to get Caliphate a little bit more stable. I'd like the resting cohesion to be like 5. Which to do that, we need to get the hostile claims to go away, basically. That would take us up to 4.6, 4.7. We're improving the welfare, but we're also going to make that worse by bringing in more regions, and around the merry-go-round goes, right? Global-wise, climate change is still advancing, although slower. When we checked an hour ago, it went up by about 1 part over the year. It's now went up by about 0.9 parts over the year. Reduce pollution by a factor. The pollution increasing rate by a factor of 10. Step in the right direction. And the other ones here are static, which is good to see. Yeah, we'd like that to flip the other way around and have it start to go down so that we can get the mean annual GDP impact to decrease. So I can outrun it a little bit easier. And yeah, we're on the cusp of just having all the noble metals we want, just don't have it yet. The bottleneck, I think, is in our past. We started the stream at like 13, 14, so we're already improved like 50%. And we worked out that I think in August, and it would have already been done by now, but I screwed up. By August we should be more. I think we might actually literally be like doubling it in August. So the nobles will flow. Nobles will flow. And yeah, that's the state of the run as it stands here at the end of this part, and we're probably going to bring the stream to a close. If you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be another part up tomorrow. We are going to be recording more of this again in 3 days. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this would have been the next recording session would actually be in your past. And in fact, if we don't finish at that point, the next recording session may literally be the day you're hearing this. So be on the lookout. If you want to catch the streams live, I do stream, or want to catch the recordings live, I do stream the recordings as I'm doing them to Twitch under the username WillCall. And then I'm recording them locally, because the internet I have is not the best internet in the world. Recording them locally in 1080p at 60 frames per second for later upload to YouTube. So Twitch can get to see what's going on live as I'm doing it, whereas YouTube gets guaranteed higher quality, let's just say. I think I'm technically streaming in 1080p as well, if the internet will allow, and right now the internet is saying it isn't. So the internet, the Twitch stream's probably being throttled. But let me go over the upcoming Twitch schedule for the next couple days. So today was Terra Invicta. Tomorrow, tomorrow is Darkest Dungeon. We're all set up to do an attempt at Darkest Dungeon Part 3. If Darkest Dungeon Part 3 fails, I'm now going to subject everyone to another training montage in Darkest Dungeon. So that series will be put on hiatus while I go train up the crew, let's say, for the next attempt. Otherwise, we'll probably finish Darkest Dungeon tomorrow. Because it's basically 3 and 4. 4 is a lot easier than 3. So if we get 3 done, 4 will follow. If 3 fails, or if we just finish the run really early, right? If I do all of 3 in one part and do all of 4 in one part, that's only half the stream. I'm going to stream more. But yeah, if Darkest Dungeon fails or finishes early or whatever, after that we'll do Banished Vault. So it's going to be Darkest Dungeon, Banished Vault tomorrow, probably. Friday, we're going to be doing Songs of 6. We got up into the 6Ks last time. We're going to see if we can get up to 8K, maybe during the next stream. And then we will be back to streaming this on Saturday. And at this point, yeah, we pretty much have Jupiter. Next is Saturn. Probably going to get, per stream, one solar body, or one planetary body system acquired. Although that's actually, I suppose, a fairly slow tempo, right? So we've got Jupiter, so next would be Saturn, then Uranus, then Neptune, and then we're going to fight the aliens in 4 streams. So that'd be 16 hours in the future we're winning the game. Maybe. That feels slow, but that might not actually be slow based on the history of playing the game. Although on the other hand, the thing that was holding us up is nobles, so we might really start to speed up as we get nobles coming in and much higher tick. Inertial Confinement Fusion Reactor finishes in April, which actually finishes before the nobles. This is also going to save us a lot of nobles and future ships. And then behind this is, granted, we'll have to build all new ships for it, but the best drive in the game. The best fusion power, best power plant and drive combo in the game, which should also accelerate us moving forward to victory. But yeah, that's the state of the stream. If you're watching on Twitch and you want to comment, respond to, or want to see any of the stats in the game before we bring the stream to a close, this is now your time to ask those questions. If you're watching later on the Twitch VOD or YouTube and you want to comment, respond to, feel free to hop over to YouTube and leave the comment there. If you want to see any of the stats, I will be taking a save of this state as it is right after the recording's done. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want to see something in particular and I didn't show it off in stream, feel free to let me know. I can always try to bring that up for you and make a short video out of it. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.